PlayStation。
Welcome to the land of long-lived play, where greatness is always waiting. Welcome to the PlayStation experience. It is I, your boy, Dat Ninja Dev, and joining me is the man of a million podcasts, hailing from Florida himself, Mr. Delvin Cox. How are you this morning?
I'm very relaxed. You know, sometimes when you drink the sweet taste of chamomile mint tea in the morning, it calms you and relaxes you, so you will have a more relaxed, mentally stimulated Delvin Cox this episode. I'd like to thank you for that. How are you guys doing?
We're good, Mr. Old Man Delvin and your tea. Glad that you're nice and calm and relaxed for this episode.
I was slurping the tea for you, those who don't know.
That's okay.
That's a heel move.
A heel move. Something
I would have kicked Delvin.
Our next host, hailing all the way from the Great White North, the Platinum Princess herself, Miss Haley Nicole Miller. How are you this morning?
I'm glad we were recording it this time, because otherwise I was going back to bed. So,
I mean, as one should. You know, if I could sleep in a little longer, I definitely would. But my kids would see to it that I'd be up at 7 anyway.
Oh no! See, I went to bed at midnight, was up at 4, couldn't fall back to sleep until 6:50. So, I'm very glad we decided to actually record it this time and not, push it till like 5 p.m. So
push it to the limit. Yeah, you gotta learn to find a way to get you some sleep. Sleep is essential. It's important.
Yeah, definitely.
Have you ever had like a sleep study done or anything to try to figure that all out?
No.
You should. You definitely should.
I'll probably wait to do that until we're not in the middle of a global pandemic that the rich elite seem to want to ignore.
Yeah. One day. All right. Let's get this party started. What have you been playing, Haley?
Literally just Borderlands 3 this week, because I've just been playing the DLC. I finished the Handsome Jackpot. I actually 100%ed it. I got all the challenges done and all the side quests. I still have a couple of side quests, but I got like 100% of the trophy list done, so it's not as important for me to immediately finish the side quests I have remaining. So now I moved on to the second one, which is Guns, Love, and Tentacles, I think. Whatever. It's the marriage of Hammerlock and Wainwright, so. And it's heavily Cthulhu based, so.
You know, I keep wanting to play that game, and I just have yet to really get around to it.
I mean, if you own it on a current gen console, the PS5 and Series X versions are available on their respective launch days for those consoles. So.
Yeah, I keep waiting for it to go down on sale, like
it was on sale last week.
For digital, like super cheap.
It was on sale last week for like $30 for the Super Deluxe Edition.
I said super cheap. I keep seeing it in stores for like $10, like for the disc version. I'm waiting for that deal.
Do you know what the Super Deluxe Edition is, Dev?
Yeah, I do. But again, I want the $10 version that I keep seeing in the store.
Well,
I don't care about the passes. It'll be cheap.
You don't care about the DLC?
Not really. Not really.
Let me just put it to you this way: the DLC is better than the main game story. I did not like the main game story. So.
For all the other Borderlands, I got all the DLC and never played any of it. So if I can save myself a buck or two here and just play through the main campaign, I think I'd be fine. But I digress.
Also, I'm working my way towards the new level cap as well, which is 65, and I'm currently level 62.
I forgot that they added the level cap stuff to it as well.
Well, they're all some of them are level based. Like, I believe the second DLC, because they released an update with Handsome Jackpot that brought like the level to 53. Then at Love and Guns or whatever the DLC is called, it went to 57, and then I think it went to 61, and now it's at 65. So.
Cool.
And they just actually announced Season Pass 2, which will include a new skill tree for each character, and then something called the Director's Cut coming 2021 will be available. So I'm sure they'll increase the level cap again. So.
Borderlands. Good shenanigan fun. One day.
Hey,
I'll get there.
I have the Doom Super Shotgun as my shotgun. It's fantastic. It makes guitar riff noises every time you fire a shot.
I like
that. Also, one of my favorite features in this one is the fact that like you can change the skins for the guns. So all of my guns have lightning bolts across them, and they move.
I like that.
Yeah, but no, seriously, like it fires two. Like if it only holds 2 ammo, because again, super shotgun, right? But like every time you fire, you reload. But every time you fire, it does a huge guitar riff and sends enemies flying because it's the super shotgun. It's even called like the Speedy Hellwalker or something like that. And the flavor text is a reference to Doom. Also, my submachine gun is a reference to Stranger Things. It's the Night Hawken, and the flavor text is Stranger Than Things.
Lands, oh man.
Okay.
They still have the guns that you reload by throwing them at people?
I don't really use TDR weapons. I'm mostly using Doll or Maliwan right now.
It's all about Jacobs. Packs a punch.
Sure. The only Jacobs gun that's useful to you once you reach like level 60 is the assault rifle that's like pump. So like every time you fire it gets faster. And I haven't gotten that one to drop in a while. I had it when I was like level 50, but that would be useless to me 12 levels on.
Interesting.
Well, I've been playing Destiny, just to get back into that before the new season drops. Had some downtime and just trying to finish up some stuff before we get into Beyond Light and all that goodness. There's so much stuff to do in Destiny, so I'm just like, let me power through some of the end of these campaign stuff. So I've been playing a little bit of that, not a whole lot, but I'm gonna definitely play some of that for Extra Life. The team, we are doing an Extra Life stream, a couple of them actually, for Extra Life. We're almost at our new goal of 4,000. I think we had an original goal of 2. We smashed that, so now we're shooting for 4. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna play the new campaign. I was gonna play it on PS5 for Extra Life on the
12th,
14th actually, the 12th, 14th.
Right, yeah,
that's Saturday.
Yeah.
But since they're not bringing the 60 frames per second and 4K, I'll end up just doing it on PC instead because I can't go back to 30 frames. It's just,
I mean that's okay. If there's new trophies related to it, they'll pop instantly when you load the PS5 version up anyway. So
because I care about trophies.
I know you don't care, but it's fun. Even when I play Destiny on PC, all the PS4 achievements I had for it popped instantly.
Yeah.
Also, 30 frames are for heathens.
I agree.
Degenerates.
I agree. 100%.
Delvin doesn't even know what the difference is, and you can tell
I
he
know the
doesn't
difference.
because he's just being an ass at this point.
Hey,
Also,
as
I
long as he
forgot-
knows.
How
As long as he
dare you?
knows. As long as he knows.
I just forgot to mention one thing in my what you've been playing. It's not technically what you've been playing, but I finished season 1 of The Boys and started season 2. So that show is very good and easily bingeable. I will trigger warning you though. There is a scene in episode 7 of season 1 that made me want to gag. So,
I am halfway through season 1.
in the scene, I'm not spoiling the scene for you, but the scene I'm talking to, you'll know it when you see it, refers to the deep, just so you're aware.
You
Okay.
just gotta let
But I'm
people
halfway
get
through
there.
season 1.
Don't give them trigger warnings. Just let them get there. Let them
No,
experience.
no. You're gonna want a trigger warning for this.
No,
Like,
no.
it's.
I don't ever want any kind of warnings, no spoilers. Just let me experience it. Just let
Well,
people
hey,
organically
to be fair, the whole
get there.
show's a trigger
I mean-
warning.
I mean, to be okay, yes, but also to be fair, as a person with like stress and traumatic stuff, I definitely want trigger warnings. If something's gonna trigger me, I want to know.
I would say just don't watch television ever. If that's the case, just don't do it.
That's not how that works. That's why like ratings guides exist.
That show is
People should
dark.
read those.
Surprisingly, yes, they do.
And yes, and also
Oh,
secondly,
people.
one of my favorite shows, which was like a PG-13 show, whatever, like Teen Wolf, they gave when they had an episode dealing with suicide, they gave a trigger warning before it, like, hey, this episode deals with dark themes. If you need help, please contact this number. Like, that stuff is great to have in front of things, because if an episode features dark content that could trigger someone, I'm not that easily brought into it, but like it's sometimes trigger warnings are great and they're really useful.
I feel like it makes sense in the case of suicide and stuff like that. I don't know. I feel like when you're watching a show like The Boys, you kind of know what you're getting.
You know what you're getting into.
I knew what I was getting into with The Boys regardless, but I was not expecting that scene, and that's why I'm giving you a warning.
Yeah, gotcha.
From everything that I've seen from The Boys, I expect there to be no limits, no holds barred, and it to be everywhere and dive into everything. So
let me put it
nothing
to you
that
this way.
show could do could surprise me in any way, shape, or form.
This scene doesn't involve violence. Just so we're clear.
It doesn't have to.
It's still gross.
Yeah, nothing about that show would surprise me based on everything that I've heard about it and just the trailers alone. But anyways, we're talking about what I've been playing. So screw The Boys, because I ain't watching that. I don't care. All right? So I'm playing Destiny, getting all that stuff done. There's lots of in-game content that I haven't gotten to, lots of new weapons, and a send-off for characters. And I'm enjoying it. It runs very nice on my PC. And like Delvin said, 30 frames per second is for heathens. So
nope, not at all.
Thank God that they're fixing most of that for console eventually. Everything should run at 60 frames and it'll be glorious.
No, I'll still be playing at 30 because I want that ray tracing. So.
Ugh. Other than that, I've been playing something else that I doubt either of you will jump into.
His ass kicked.
And that is Ghost of Tsushima Legends. That is about to be my new obsession. That game is awesome. I've been really, really missing the Ghost of Tsushima combat so much. Like any game that I've played lately, I've been like, I really want to play Ghost, but there hasn't been anything to go back and do in Ghost. So I'm so glad they brought this Legends mode. It isn't just multiplayer; you can jump in solo.
Yeah, there's a story mode to it as
the
well.
whole story mode. There's a story mode for each character, I believe. For the assassins,
You're bringing me back in now. You're bringing me back in.
Yeah,
now
so if you
solo.
jump in, there's a whole solo story campaign or whatnot, and then there's 4 classes to play through it as well.
Yeah. It's not so much that I won't touch this. It's more or less that if I do touch it, it'll be on PS5 because again, stuff's coming out pretty frequently right now. So I jump in the wall, play it on PS5. So
it still looks beautiful. When I jump again, I was like, oh my god, I can't believe how good this game still looks.
But I'm also still salty. The game locked me out of the platinum, so I'm still salty.
Well, just New Game Plus. There you go.
Yeah, let me replay the whole game just to get that trophy. I'm so mad.
This is one of the few games that's worth a replay. It's good.
I played plenty of games that I enjoyed more than Ghost of Tsushima that were worth the replay.
Those are all
Case in point, I beat the Spider-Man game on the ultimate difficulty mode. And I'll do it again because I'm crazy.
Gallagher's worth the replay.
I'm gonna kick your ass. Stop.
Miss Pac. Why are you threatening me?
Why all the
Miss
threats?
Pac-Man. Miss Pac-Man.
Because they're not. No, Miss Pac-Man is
why the
always worth
threats?
a replay. You can't
I'm just
bring
naming games that are worth the replay.
You can't bring an arcade machine game up on a podcast.
Why
Why
not?
not?
It's a video
claim it as
game
replayable,
podcast.
because
It's
the
a video
entire
game.
The entire purpose of Miss Pac-Man is to replay it because its entire purpose is to get you to spend more quarters.
Dig Dug. Totally
Worth the
replayable.
replay. Yeah.
Uh,
Double Dragon. Worth the replay.
Double definitely.
I've
That's
never,
a good
played,
man.
I've never played Double Dragon.
No
Double
surprises
Dragon.
there. It's because you're 12. So.
Hey, no, you do not call me 12. I'll fight you too.
The original Double Dragon arcade cabinet is something that I actually want to own at some point in my life. I love that game.
I'm almost certain they're gonna do a one-up arcade cabinet for that.
Oh,
I
certain.
pray that they do. But see, I want like the original, like the big giant one.
Didn't they do like I think it was a PS3 title, but I vaguely remember playing like Miss Pac-Man, Dig Dug, and one of the other games in that like whole collection.
The Namco collection?
Yeah, they do. They have
that's
they
what
have
I
a
was
couple
thinking of.
Namco
Yeah,
collections.
wasn't that on like PS3?
I feel like those have been on
Yes.
everything.
Yeah.
It was on the original
several of
PlayStation. I
those.
had that for sure. But Gosushima Legends, amazing. Lots of loot to collect and ways to upgrade your character. Really cool multiplayer as well as a solo story. Like it's a full storyline. I've only been through like chapter 3 of the second like story beat, but it's fun. It's more Ghost. The story actually ties like very well into the actual story of the game. And you can jump into it at any point. So you can be running around as Jin, and then you run into the actual storyteller, like all throughout, Tsushima or whatnot. And you can just jump into the Legends mode. It's really cool. I'm very glad that they did this. It feels very polished. It doesn't feel like a one-off, and it gives a ton of replay to the game. So if you're into Ghosts, I would definitely suggest checking out Legends, even if you don't feel like doing multiplayer, because again, there's an aspect of it that you can do solo. So get your slice on. It's freaking dope. I love it. It's about to be my new obsession. What about you, Dev? What have you been playing?
I'm getting back into Ghost of Tsushima because I never finished the game because things got crazy. But I'm still enjoying it. It's solid. I think when I finish it, you made me kind of want to go try this Legends thing, which I didn't care anything about till you described the way you described it, and there's a single player mode of it. So I'll check that out. More interestingly, I have not played this on PS4, but I'm playing it and it's also on PS4. Playing the new G.I. Joe game.
How is
G.I.
that?
Joe Operation, I think it's called.
Isn't it
Operation something.
Black? It's Operation Blackout, isn't it?
Yes, that is correct. I didn't get it on PS4 because it was actually way cheaper on Switch. It was like $25 on Switch.
That's no surprise. It's like $53 here.
Yeah, here it's, I think it was $40.
I was gonna say it's 40 out
That
here.
makes sense because $40 in the States is $53.25 here.
It was like it's $40 here, and it was like before if you pre-ordered it, it was like $25 on Switch or something like that. So I pre-ordered it, played it. It's not terrible. It feels like a game that they were trying to just make a multiplayer only game, but they figured, oh, this is not working out. So they kind of made it a single player game and tacked on some multiplayer elements of it. There are elements of it that are not polished at all. Like some of the character models are awful looking. Like Lady Jade looks terrible.
How much of that is due to it being on the Switch, though?
I don't know. Because it looked I don't think it is because the character models look like Fortnite characters almost.
Okay.
So it's not like it's the game even plays a little bit like Fortnite. Like the character special moves and stuff, they can like do special moves that like affects the areas of combat and stuff like that. And it's not necessarily like killer moves, but they have like support characters. It's basically the way it is you have 6 Joes, 6 Cobras. I'm only playing the campaign mission because I ain't not getting that multiplayer. But what it is every mission you go out with
Delvin, you never have to explain that you're not getting into the multiplayer. I think
Well,
by this point, everyone knows you're not going to play the multiplayer mode in anything.
Very true. But what happens is each mission you go out with 2 Joes or 2 Cobra members, and you have to do like these random tasks and stuff. But the tasks feel like tasks for a multiplayer game. Like you got to hold this section until like the Joes come, or hold this section for 2 minutes and stuff like that. Then you go to another section. Then all of a sudden a boss will pop out, like Destro pop out and start shooting. You got to take out Destro. So it kind of has a multiplayer feel to it. It looks decent. I will say good. It doesn't, like, some characters look great. Like Storm Shadow looks great. Snake Eyes looks great. Roadblock looks great. Duke looks decent. Duke is kind of his character model based off of the movie one. Like he has the scar on his face and everything.
Mm.
I thought that was kind of weird. But I'm like, okay, this is decent. It's a good budget game. It's way better than the G.I. Joe game that came out a couple years back based off the movie. It's way better than that. I don't know if I would say this is, well, shoot, I guess you kind of would say this might be the best G.I. Joe game, but that's not saying much because G.I. Joe games,
we haven't really ever
terrible.
had a good one. Yeah.
That would be like calling the Superman Returns game the best Superman game, because again, there haven't really been a lot of them.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's solid. I like the story of it. It feels a little bit like, in terms of budget, even though it's not made by the same company, the Power Rangers game that came out not too long ago, that's actually surprisingly really good.
Is that Battle for the Grid or something?
Yeah, it's actually really good. That game is actually really good with a great story and stuff like that. But it's a good budget title, the G.I. Joe game. I like that they have these like open areas that you fight in. Then you have to go on like a car mission and stuff like that. It's entertaining. It feels like a game that'd probably be a lot more fun if you're playing co-op with somebody else, going across this battlefield and like accomplishing tasks and stuff like that. For the price it is, I think it's a fair price to offer for a game like this. And I'm shocked that it's as good as it is. It's not, like I say, it's not great, but it's not terrible. So that says a lot for a game that is made by a company I've never heard of.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's called Gamer Mill or something like that, but I've never heard of this company at all. And it's weird that they're coming out in the same month we're getting a G.I. Joe and a Transformers game, and they're 2 very different games.
All right, isn't that Transformers game a battle royale though?
No, it is a turn-based strategy Transformers game based off of the Transformers series that is out now.
Oh, the one on Netflix?
No, not the Netflix one, which I thought it should have been based off of. It's the one that was on Cartoon Network.
Oh, Transformers Prime. Okay.
No, not Prime. Prime is the good one. There's one on Cartoon Network now that's awful.
It's hard to keep track of what's awful and what's good for Transformers, because literally the last thing Transformers I watched was the 3rd Transformers movie, and oh boy, was that bad.
Yeah, that was really bad.
The only good one of those movies is the first
Cyberverse?
Cyberverse, that sounds right.
I mean, unfortunately, Transformers can do no wrong in my eyes. I enjoy them all. My son is huge into Transformers.
Okay, but you're biased. You're biased to continue watching that. Your son loves it, and that's fair.
No, but he only loves it because I love Transformers. That was like my thing back in the day. So we just share that love. So Transformers is pretty much always on in our household. All of them.
Yeah, likewise. I love Transformers to an extreme degree, and I would have bought this game even if you'd have told me this game is terrible. I would have bought it because it's Transformers. That's my thing. I have Did
you get the one that was free on PS Plus a while ago?
Which one is that? I might have owned that one already.
I think it's Age of Devastation or something like that.
I think I owned that one already. I think is that the Activision? Oh, Transformers Devastation. Yes, I owned that one and I beat that one. That one's great, really good.
That's what I've heard.
This game, I'm quite sure is not this. I've seen gameplay of it. It looks like almost like a phone game in a sense. It looks like a budget XCOM, I want to call it. So I'm excited to play it. I'm also scared to see how it turns out. I also bought that one for Switch because it was on sale for really cheap too. But I'm really interested in it. The G.I. Joe game, if you like G.I. Joe, you'll probably like this game. At least it'll probably be a lot better if you play it co-op with somebody. So I think check
Yo,
it out.
Joe. Maybe.
And I will say this. For the bulk of the characters, the voice acting is not terrible. Cobra Commander sounds like Cobra Commander. Duke
But the
kind of
Snake Eyes
like
sound
Duke.
like Snake Eyes.
Every
very
time
important.
you say the word Cobra, all I can think of is the Blue Cobras, which is a fictional gang from iZombie. Regardless, to ask you again, have you watched Bit yet?
My son just asked me that. I told him no, I didn't watch it. Go away, kid. I was going. Like I said, only game I played is with G.I. Joe and a little bit of Ghost of Tsushima. Then I had to go furniture shopping with my grandmother because her birthday.
Yeah, I
was
know. I
coming up.
saw that photo of you yesterday, and you were like,
Yes, a ninja. But yeah,
it was weird seeing you not have a hat on outside of like
When
this
we record?
podcast because I know,
Yeah.
I know you don't wear a hat when we record. So
that is correct. Otherwise, then everything's been good.
Thanks.
No complaints.
Excellent. Well, I'm glad that the G.I. Joe game is decent because like every time I see that, I'm like, I want to play that because I love G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe and Transformers, they are staples of my childhood, and anytime I see anything related to either one of them, I immediately want that thing. So,
also,
I'm
before we move
glad
on,
it's
because
good.
again, it's gonna become pretty obvious. I have two boys related things to say, as I'm sure it's been obvious for those in the Discord. Hi, I have a new hyperfixation character. Also, Delvin, who's your favorite character?
Yet, I'm still kind of filling everybody out. I can't remember what his name's character name.
What, Huey or
the leader of the boys, quote unquote, Carl Urban.
Billy Butcher.
He's cool. I like elements of the show. The guy who kind of plays the Flash character is interesting.
Oh, A-Train, yeah.
A-Train's.
Oh, he's more than a douche. Oh boy, and that's even up to that point. Like he's oh boy.
Yeah, he's like a complete mess, and
yeah,
I feel like he is what you think a superhero would be in that type of environment in terms of like you have to be heroic, but yet you have to keep this image up of who you are, and it can overtake you. Like having that huge responsibility of like, you have to save life, but yes, you also have to get sponsorships and stuff like that. And then you have to also live in the shadow of this larger than life superhero that's kind of like Superman that everybody loves and respects.
Yeah. My favorite is Starlight. So
she's cool. Yeah. I like her a lot. I will say this before we go on from that part. I don't want to give that spoiler, but there's a scene in this TV show that I stopped like, holy crap, that is messed up in terms of superheroes and their responsibilities to society and their ability to determine whether the loss of life is acceptable or not. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Okay, so I have a question. Are you referring to the scene at the end of episode 4 or at the end of episode 1?
I'll message it to you because I don't want to.
Okay.
I don't want to give away nothing. But if you know what I'm talking about, you're like, holy, that's it's a powerful, messed up scene, and the way they handled it, I'm like, it was very interesting.
Yeah, don't worry. There's more.
The boys.
Yeah.
Moving along. Let's get into some questions.
Wait,
what?
No, not you. He typed it in the chat. I'm asking which one? Which one?
For Dev, I will message
the
you privately
side
and tell
tracks.
you which one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because funnily enough, both those scenes involve that.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's get into some questions. Our first question comes from MTTG Brazil team, Mr. Pastor Lucas Rose. Or Lucas Ham Swisher, not Lucas Rose. That's a different Lucas.
Wow,
Getting all
way
my
to go.
Lucases
Way to go.
mixed up. It's early here. It's early. Anyways,
I
it
know, it's
says
early everywhere.
the inclusion of Spider-Cat in Miles Morales, in a Miles Morales costume, begs the question: what other animal friends do you want to see for future Spider-Man outfits? I personally want a spider monkey. Maybe it throws poo or tosses a banana down an enemy's feet to slip them up. How about y'all? Starting
I'm
with
good with
me,
Spider-Cat.
I don't want to see any more animals. I don't need animal companions in my game, and if I cannot deal with Bodega Cat, I probably will never ever deal with him in the game. So no, I'm good. I don't need any more
Uh,
animals. Haley?
Spider-Cat's fine. I don't need any other animals.
Y'all answers are terrible. I'm gonna tell you straight up. Give me Spider Ham. Make a
Oh my
costume
god.
where Spider Ham comes out of Peter
We're-
Parker's backpack and
we're,
attacks people.
We're making the dated Simpsons reference. Okay.
That's not
Okay.
The Simpsons. Spider Ham is a staple. I call Lucas Spider Ham because I love Spider Ham and the absurdity and the ridiculous of the
Mhm.
character.
Okay,
Yep.
but Spider-Ham is a superhero in its own, it's his own thing.
We can easily go into Spider-Verse territory with these
Sure can.
games and down the line.
I'm.
Hey, Spider-Ham's in Miles Morales' backpack.
I
He's
mean,
hitting people with
if we want to be technical, they've kind of already said there's a third Spider-Man in this game.
so there you go.
I did not know
Spider-Ham
that.
confirmed.
Didn't
There you
want to
go.
know that. Spoilers!
That's
Well-
not a spoiler at all. It's released material. Doesn't count as a
That
spoiler.
doesn't mean that I've read that, so it's a spoiler. I tried to stay
Well,
away
not at
from
all.
everything except for gameplay footage that I usually watch on mute. I like going into my games not knowing a whole lot.
Spider-Ham.
Although I will be pretty peeved if there's a third Spider-Man in this game. They're referring to the cat.
I would be
Well,
very happy.
we'll get to
that
that
would
story.
be great. That would be great.
We'll get to that story.
Yeah. Stop with all the pets in games. I'm over it. I don't
I
need
want
pets in my
all
games.
The cats in Valhalla. Give me all the cats in Valhalla.
Y'all are gonna make me just want to kill all the cats in all the games. All the
You
animals.
already
just
said
period.
you want to kill the cat.
Just kick the cat across the room. I'm gonna
Terrible.
punt Bodega Cat.
That's
All right.
terrible. You're terrible.
person.
It's a video game. I love cats in real life. Real life cat cool. Otherwise, in a video game, you're just dragging me down. You're not helping me out.
Terrible
You're dragging
person.
me down.
Attacking people.
Nah.
Donnie,
get
for
out of here.
Halloween,
Get out of
you
here.
should put a mask on your cat and call it Spider Cat.
That would be
I'm
fun.
all for this.
I don't think Donnie's cat would enjoy that.
Cat
I
would
feel
fine.
like Donnie's cat would probably do that and torment someone. I feel like that would just be right up Kirby's alley. He'll put on the mask and then go torment the dog. I feel like that's what Kirby would
be
do.
better. If you can,
Uh,
Donnie, fashion some web shooters for the cat
Oh my goodness.
so it can go even further with the torment.
Where's Donnie getting all the time to do this?
Donnie has nothing but time.
Donnie
all he does
doesn't
is record
sleep.
podcasts all day. He sleeps podcasting.
This is true. All right, our next question comes from that retro code, and he wonders, should players go back and visit a company's older work if they praise one modern title and say they are top tier? For example, why hasn't the praise and love for Bloodborne led players back to Armored Core or older From Software games?
I can tell you why. I greatly enjoyed Bloodborne up until the machine gun a-hole. And I'm not into mechs or fighter jets, so I'm not going to go back and play that.
What about you, Devin? What do you think?
They should. I think they should. I have a perfect example of this. I played Metal Gear. I love the Metal Gear series and stuff like that. And because I enjoyed Metal Gear, it made me go out and try Snatcher. And I love that game as well. And Snatcher is far different from
Yeah.
Metal Gear. Completely different. And I think it's cool to go back and these game developers and these game companies' back catalogs and stuff and check out the hidden gems that they may have had, the games that they may have made from their beginnings, and find some joy in them. Like I like going back and see, hey, what was Naughty Dog's first game, and let's see how this played. And oh, this was trash. And then seeing where they at now, and like
Yeah.
they almost feel like they can't miss. So I like going back and checking older games companies and developers have made because it's cool, interesting to see where they came from.
Yeah, it can definitely give you an appreciation for the medium. Just to see how studios have evolved, how games have evolved. So it's definitely something that is cool if you have the time or the desire for it. I just think that there are so many games that come out so frequently that a lot of times it's hard to go back. And especially like if you like Bloodborne, Armored Core doesn't exactly like correlate to that game. So if you're like
Yeah,
the
not at
Bloodborne or
all.
the Souls type games, but you're not in the mechs, it just may not be something that interests you to play. So it really depends if it's something that you think you might like. I would suggest, yeah, try it out, just like any game. But if it's a game type that you're just not into, then I wouldn't necessarily say if you love, The Last of Us, if you don't like platformers, don't go back and play, Jack. Like it's just
Yeah.
if it's not a genre you're into, then it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to go back and play those games because if you don't like that genre, you probably won't like the game. So I think it's an interesting thing. If they have a lineage of that type of game and you can see how it evolves over time, definitely. But if it's something that doesn't interest you, move along. There's plenty to see here. All right, next question comes from @WriterStreamer, and she asks, "Who on the team is excited about Watch Dogs coming out?"
Oh,
This
I am.
guy. This guy,
I
very
am.
much. I'm
Yeah.
super duper psyched for this. It's something that I'm definitely gonna play on my actual live stream because I know Watch Dogs is awesome.
Yeah, I'm very excited for this. I'm gonna obviously play it on the PS4 and then pick it back up on PS5 as well. I don't understand Ubisoft's strategy this year. Like they've got, I know they're like sort of different, but you've got fans who enjoy fans who enjoy both Watch Dogs and Assassin's Creed, and to have them launch 12 days apart from each other is a wild move. Um,
Is it?
but yeah, kind of. I mean,
Is
I
it?
get why they did it. Let me explain. I get why they did it because they haven't had a game release since October last year, so they kind of need like the stock bump this year from sales. Um, but they're kind of killing their own games here. Now
Are they?
there are fans.
No.
Stop. They 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 have fans of both series who will buy both and get to them whenever. But for those who love both and have to make a choice, they're kind of shooting themselves in the foot. Regardless, since you're gonna go, are they? Yes, because not only are they releasing these two games 12 days apart from each other, 3 weeks after Assassin's Creed, they're releasing Immortals: Phoenix Rising.
And
Like they're releasing like 4 games in 4 weeks.
it's a launch. It's a console launch. You get as much crap out there as you possibly can to maximize everybody being able to play. Also, but I cannot stand this argument of I have to make a choice right now. No, you don't. The games are always there. Buy it whenever you're ready.
Oh no! See, I've already bought them, and I'm gonna play them all. The
Yeah.
difference, I'm not talking about myself. Regardless,
I don't think that, to me, that argument is such shenanigans and nonsense. People will buy games when and if they're ready. Like, you can release them all. People are going to buy them both. Neither one of them is going to fail, especially with Ubisoft.
I
Plus,
didn't.
when you look at a Ubisoft Plus, like the Uplay Plus thing, you're good. You can pay the $15 and have both games and not even have to worry
Hey,
about it. I
hey,
don't think you shoot yourself in the foot at all with that.
Are we gonna get Uplay Plus on consoles? Because that'd be great.
Doubtful. Highly doubtful.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll ever come to consoles. It was supposed to come to Stadia a year ago, and it still ain't there.
Oh yeah, that I saw you post that in Game Tech earlier, and that was funny. That's
Just
so funny.
saddening.
But on a Stadia note as well, I love that Stadia had to come out a couple months ago and be like, oh yeah, Cyberpunk isn't coming day and date. And then in the latest Night City Wire, they're like, hey, Cyberpunk's coming day and date now. And it's like, cool. Nobody cares.
Under deliver, overperform. I think the Stadia community does. Like, if you follow like Chase or any of the state, like they're looking for wins in any way, shape, or form they can
Oh,
get them.
of course
So
they are, because at this point it seems like Google doesn't care. Their new Chromecast launched and it can't even do Stadia, but it can do xCloud.
Wow.
side load, yeah.
The
But
Stadia is like the Cleveland Browns of
No,
video game consoles
or we
right now.
or we could use a
well,
literal
the Cleveland
Google
Browns are
reference.
like 4-1 right now. They're
The
We'll see how long that lasts for. We'll see how long that
Stadia,
lasts for.
the Stadia is like the Google Glass. Google stopped caring.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they just had a conference like last week, so they're still trying to do stuff. They're just not going about it in the way that gamers want, especially like us hardcore gamers. But there's definitely an audience that is still there, and I think that they will continue to support it little by little. I mean, they're doing what they can. I think they kind of crippled themselves by not making it more of a Netflix type platform
Yeah.
instead of making it where you have to buy games. But I also understand it. It's like it's a really cheap barrier to entry. It's just they just haven't delivered on any of the stuff really that they said they would. So they're playing from behind right now. It's possible that it can just continually get better. I mean, that's the thing about it. Stadia can only really get better if they continue to invest in it and put, effort into making the platform better and getting more publishers and more games in the system. It can really only go up. So I hope that it continues to get better. I hope they get better services and it becomes viable at some point for more people. But it is
I'm
what
rooting
it
for
is.
it because
Yeah.
the more successful video game consoles out there, the better it is for us. More competition.
Exactly.
I mean, sure, but Stadia is not a console. I wouldn't.
It's not a console, but it is a platform that if they continue, if they push the bar, it pushes everybody. You know?
Exactly.
Sure, but so far they pushed the bar 6 feet under the ground.
Haley.
Anyway, you
Why,
excited about Watch
Gamora?
Dogs? You excited about Watch Dogs, Delvin, at all?
I don't care about Watch Dogs. I don't care about Assassin's Creed at this point. I don't care about Phoenix Rising. I care about. I don't know.
I'm gonna kick Delvin's ass.
Why? I'll try this Watch Dogs because it looked interesting. I told you I didn't like 2 at all.
I don't
I like
even
one.
understand
That's
how that's
so
possible.
I don't understand that. Watch Dogs 2 was way better than Watch Dogs 1. Marcus and the whole cast of characters in Watch Dogs 2 were way more interesting than Aiden Pierce.
I like the brooding protagonist who's sad at everything in life.
Okay,
Black
but
sad.
myself.
Black sad.
Also, Aiden Pierce was in Watch Dogs 2, so
that's not what made me play it.
I can't.
I couldn't get into it. Maybe if I like try it again.
You know what it is? It's just you don't like tech. That's basically what it boils down to. Like it's too much for you.
I am a caveman.
Watch Dogs 2 is fantastic. Like it
Yes,
is a gem. The story, it's just so good.
I like that the first side mission they send you on in that game is literally like, and it's a mandatory side mission. It's like to teach you the basics of the game. Is a Martin Shkreli joke.
Who?
Joke's still applicable now? Because he's been like gone for a while. Unless
I mean,
it's 2020.
I mean, okay, but you forget when Watch Dogs came out. It was like he was hot topic at the time, like because Martin Shkreli, the dude who wanted to buy the Wu-Tang album and keep it.
He bought the Wu-Tang album. He didn't want to buy it. He purchased it.
Yeah, that dude. But also, like, he went to jail for like increasing the price of like some other medication that helps people live. Yeah, and fraud.
He's known for hiking up the price of the HIV medicine to I think it's like $1,000 a pill or something like that. Yeah. It's an absurd amount.
Just because he could.
The pill cost like $3 to make.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah. So that's what that first side mission is about. When you're like Bobo Jangles or whatever.
Bobo Dykes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a fun mission. I enjoyed it.
I like that. Like he realizes he's been played. And he's like, oh no.
No. You are dead. I'm gonna save our last question to till our topic of the week because it just goes. So
because it flows
Makes
into
sense.
that. Yep.
we're gonna hold that. So time to get into some news. Now, Haley, you said this angers you.
It does. So let me
So
just preface
get
this,
into it.
Lucas. I'm sorry. I'm sorry in advance, Lucas. It lasted
Well,
a
you-
week. I'm sorry in
killed
advance.
You killed that 10 minutes into the episode. So.
Right.
No, I would not consider ass a profoundly profane word.
How you don't
Just
consider that?
because you don't doesn't mean that a lot of people. I would not say that in front of my children.
Oh, I say it in front of everybody.
Yeah, I'd probably say
The
that.
disrespect.
Yeah.
The
That's not
disrespect.
disrespectful at all. Okay. So before I get into why it makes me angry, let me detail you what I'm angry about. So earlier this week, PlayStation released a firmware update 8.0 for the PS4. Um, it included updates to party and messages. Now, in our big topic of the week, this will also be brought back up. It changed the way parties and messages work. Parties are now no longer just open to join. You have to create a message group to party up with someone. But see, here's the problem with this. If you add someone to an existing message group, like let's say for example, friend of the show Jared Orr and Hollywood Bones, also friend of the show. Let's say I want to have a party with both them, but I already have a message group with Jared, and I add Hollywood Bones to the group with Jared. Hollywood Bones can now go through all the messages I've had with Jared, which is a fucking privacy invasion. Holy crap, was that a bad call? And now, because parties are no longer open, you literally can't just join a party. Like, you have to create a message group, regardless. It's stupid and ridiculous, and I get that they think it's an easive thing, but it was so much easier if I wanted to jump into a party to just jump into a party with friends that was open and go from there. You also can't create private parties anymore to like mute game chat or anything like that as well. And the only other upside to this is they added a mute all mics from quick menu, but it only works in parties. And regardless, they also added new avatars. And a nifty little message that I'm not mad about this because I at least read the message. So the second part of this story is people are mad because they think Sony is spying on them.
Because people don't read and just look at the hot takes on the internet instead of actually reading the details.
Yes. A message rolled out after you updated this system if you joined a party, which I haven't successfully done since they released this update. Regardless, a message came on the system that said, following this update, users are seeing a notification about party safety. Voice chat recording for moderation is a feature that will be available on PS5 when it launches, which is, for those who aren't aware, on PS5, users will be able to send recordings for moderation if they have to report a player. It'll include a 10-second clip before the 40-second allotment of chat you are sending, and a 10-second allotment after that, so that they have context. That's a PS5 feature only, and people are already claiming to have been blocked because, like, suspended from the network and stuff like that. This whole like moderation thing doesn't bother me. It's the changes to parties. It's so annoying. I used to be able to just jump in to a party with friends, and ever since this update, regardless, it's like, no, there's no parties available for you to join. Now, last night, Sony tweeted out, hey, we're looking into your feedback on this update. We'll keep you posted. So I'm hoping they'll at least revert it partially, though I doubt it because of what our big topic of the week is.
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot to say on this. None of this matters to me at all.
I know you use Discord regardless.
Yeah, I didn't look very, very deep into it because I'm like parties. I don't join. I'm like me and Delvin are in the same boat. We're gonna have a party, and we'll be good because it's gonna be a silent party that we won't have to worry about. Nobody's gonna see our messages because there won't be any if they get added to the party. And if they get added to the party, their mic will be muted.
Also, Twitter does the same thing, by the way. If you add somebody to a DM chat, they can see all your previous messages.
Yeah.
That's
That's
100% the thing.
Which makes sense because you're not creating a new party. You're adding someone to your already existing thing.
It's still a privacy violation.
It's like, here's my room that I'm in with someone. If somebody else walks into the room, they're going to be able to see all the stuff in the room. If you're worried about your privacy, you create a new party. You create a new message string.
Or they put the parties back the way they were, and everyone's happy. Because I'm not the only one upset about this. Like, it's all over Reddit. It's all over Twitter.
Get over it.
So,
I feel like there's this type of stuff to me is so trivial that it's just like, okay, this is how it is. There are workarounds. Find your way around it. You don't want to have somebody access to all of your messages and stuff, then you create a new chat. Like, it's not like it's the end of the world to me. Like, I feel like it's so trivial.
Here's another issue with creating a new chat. Every time someone enters or leaves a chat, you get a notification. You mute
That's
the chat,
always been that way. That's not new.
Resist urge to punch computer screen.
Why? This is the perfect example of youth versus older generation.
Like, you got a notification if anybody added or left the chat anyway before. Okay. That's not new.
Sure. But now if you mute those notifications, you also don't get a party notification for that same message group, which is, that's bad too.
If your friends are jumping into a chat, tell them to message you. Hey, let me know if you jump in. I don't understand why I don't understand why you want a bunch of notifications in the first damn place. Like, I mute all that crap. I'm not trying to see constant pop-ups of any friends jumping online or jumping into a chat or something. Let me know when you're getting on.
My emails where I have 15,000 of them.
Yeah, no.
I hate people, so I don't end up from none of y'all.
You two aren't the test case for this. This update just makes me angry.
That's what I'm saying. This is a situation of youth.
And clearly, it's made enough people angry that Sony's looking into it. So
people are always angry about everything. If I was Sony, I'd be like, suck it the up. Well, you will be all right.
You can swear already. I already swore. So
just because you swore doesn't mean I want to.
They have been like that for everything else. I don't see why they would care for this.
Right. It's like, this is what we're doing moving forward. You either get on board or you don't. Like, it's not the end of the world. We'll be fine. Everyone will be fine.
Put the parties back the way they were.
It's even the simple fix is this: just add Discord support. Call it a day, because the party system sucks in the first place.
I mean, if they had Discord support, I'm good with that too. But here's the thing: trying to make PlayStation parties Discord, but only going halfway doesn't work. Either do the whole Discord integration or don't, and leave parties the way they were.
I think the party stuff's fine. It'll be fine. We'll forget about it eventually. It's fine. It'll gloss over like everything else with PlayStation.
Take it all away for all I care. Take away the party chat. Take away the voice chat.
I can't stand the party system. Period. Even before this, it was terrible. Absolutely terrible. It's awful. The sound is terrible.
It was nice.
Ugh. It's garbage. Couldn't stand it. I hated playing Destiny on PS4 for that reason. Like, the party system was so broken. The NAT errors, the sound quality, it was awful. Scrap it. Scrap it.
None of it sounds fun.
Having to hear everybody's stuff in the background because they don't have a decent mic or know how to mute or have anything, like hearing people getting yelled at in the background. Like, no, I don't understand the appeal. And then also jumping into a party and, like, if you're in a party with somebody who's in a party with somebody you don't know, and that person may have some choice language, I've never understood the appeal of wanting to jump into a party with a bunch of people and you guys aren't even all playing the same game. Like, if we're all playing the same game,
I love that.
And trying to accomplish a goal, cool. But if we're not playing the same game and everybody's just chatting, I don't understand the appeal of that at all. I used to get party invites all the time. Like, we are not playing the same game. I'm not jumping in your party. Go away. Like, no, I'm not trying to just sitting here on the phone with you while I'm playing this game. Absolutely not. I don't get it.
That sounds horrible.
Hey, I enjoyed it, and you know what? Hopefully they put it back the way it was, so that can keep continuing. So
Yeah. And Sony's not spying on your parties, people. Stop being stupid and read the fine print. You get to record them yourself. It's recorded for you, and you can send it. It's not recorded by Sony.
yeah, and also it's only recorded if you're reporting someone. Like it's not being recorded all the time. It's only recording your audio in the chat if you're having to report a player.
Yeah.
So even then, like.
Read the fine print, people. That's the problem. People don't read. People don't read. It's not that hard. Just read the fine print. Moving along. What you got for us, Delvin?
The best story of this week, maybe the best story of the year. Spider-Cat is in Miles Morales. And the big reveal came courtesy of Game Informer that shows Miles Morales following up a bodega robbery. I don't want to get too far into the plot, but basically, after you finish this side mission, one of the costumes is the cat who was in the bodega who was apparently taken as well. And he becomes an optional part of a costume for the player. And during the game, he can do team-up moves with Miles Morales. I think it's a cool, fun thing to add in the type of game, especially since it doesn't seem like it's an integral part of the story, just like a funny side option thing that you can just have on and just do. It's fun. It's silly. I like it. I know Dev is anti-cat.
Anti-cat in game.
No, he's anti-cat.
No, you're anti-cat. You've already said you want to kick it. So
he said he wants
in
to
the
kick cats.
game. I love cats in real life.
Nah, we don't believe you. Dev's alt-right cat.
Oh no.
Bodega cat can kick rocks.
See?
Can I leave him there? Do I have to take him with me? Can I
It's
just leave
just
him
a
there?
skin. It's literally just a skin.
You don't have to wear the costume at all.
You don't have to wear the costume at all.
That skin is getting trashed. Can I delete it? Can I delete the skin?
No, that's not how that works.
That's that alt-right cat talk I'm hearing.
Alt-right cat talk.
That's what I said no about. That's not even funny.
Check Dev's emails.
Oh, God.
I think it's a cool thing to have in the game. Even if you don't want to use it, I think it's a cool, funny little thing to have.
Another thing related to this Spider-Cat thing is they showed how the difference in loading times works for PS5 and versus like Spider-Man PS4 loading between gang hideouts. Oh boy, that's so nice.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, you there's no loading in between like on PS5 and then on PS4. It's just a loading screen.
Get you an SSD for your PS4.
I was thinking about that actually.
I have one. It makes a difference. It makes
I'm not
really significant difference.
We are 3 weeks away from the PS5. I am not taking apart the PS4 Pro and putting an SSD in it. So.
You said take it apart. You can use an external and it still is faster than the internal. I have an external SSD that I have my games on and it's still way faster than the internal. Like night and day difference.
My point being is I already have an external hard drive. I'm not going out and buying another one.
You should for the PS4, for the PS5. So all your PS4 games just throw them on there.
Move it over. My PS4 games are already on a hard drive. I just plug it into the
but it's
PS5
not an SSD. It's an old spinny drive, and those are garbage.
I don't care. I'm not spending money on an SSD when I already have to spend money on one to put in the console.
You should. It's worth it. Also, I'd recommend not getting an internal for at least a year.
I wasn't going to right away anyways. I was waiting for that list from Sony. So
even with that, I would still wait a year for a 2 terabyte drive at the same cost as the 1 terabyte. I would wait.
Okay. I'll listen to Dev on this.
Yeah.
in release.
Dev's only concern is about the price for it.
I am too.
No, not even the
I'm a
price.
poor man.
Not just the price, also the size. I would recommend not putting a 1 terabyte in there at all. Go bigger. Just go bigger.
Yeah.
And so for that, wait a year. Like, just wait. Get you a bigger one a little bit down the road when they've come down in price. Just wait. Be patient. Be
What about a 4
diligent.
terabyte one? What about a 4
Even
terabyte
that,
one?
that's probably even a better idea, but that's going to be the price of the console, regardless. So
Yeah, I know.
So yeah, there's a spider cat. Whoop-de-doo. Glad for all of you people who like cats and have them in games as companions. Can Spider Cat take damage is the question. Like, can he get knocked out?
No, he Spider Cat just slaps people in the face.
That's not fair. He should be able to get beat up too.
No.
See?
Why not? He gets to fight people. How come he can't take some lickings too? Just saying.
Alt cat Dev again.
Look, man. If I'm a bad guy and I see this cat coming at me, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna fight the cat too. So I'm just saying, you don't just get to get free licks because you're a cat. You want this work, you gonna get this work. Period.
Dare you?
He's gonna be calling us.
Also, hot take. PETA's not a good organization. They euthanize.
Not at all.
They euthanize most of the animals they claim to save, anyways. So
PETA is one of the most hypocritical organizations there out there.
Oh yeah, yep.
Moving along. So, we all thought that we were gonna get the PlayStation UI from Burger King, but we didn't get the PlayStation UI from Burger King. What did we get from Burger King? Delicious food and the chance to win a PS5, among other things.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you got to basically go online, register with the BK app or bk.com to the promotion. Anytime you spend $5 or more at Burger King, you can basically use your receipt, or if you buy it online through the app, to have a chance at 1,000 PlayStations, some games, and just food items or whatnot. They like doing these promotions. You got the Taco Bell promotion with the Xbox. You got the PlayStation promotion with Burger King. I think it's a cool thing. It's really funny how in certain areas they just don't have receipt paper. I saw that Mike Fowler ran into this issue where they had no receipt paper.
Good.
Josh ran into this issue where they didn't have receipt paper. I'm like, how does that work? How does that work? How do you not have receipt paper?
I ran into the issue where the contest doesn't exist here.
I mean, we always expect things not to exist in Canada. It's just the way of the world.
Canada doesn't exist.
It's America's hat.
Hey, Delvin.
Canada is America's hat.
Made up land. You live on a land of lost.
It's not like South Park said. It's not even a real country anyway.
That's committing atrocities against indigenous peoples. Hey.
Well, that's America in a nutshell. If America commit
fully
atrocity, we wouldn't be America.
This is true. That's what America was founded on: atrocities. It's gonna take land from people. Harbor. Yeah, do what you gotta do. So have either of you? Well, we know you haven't, Haley, because it doesn't count for you.
To be fair, I still have had Burger King since this contest was announced because Burger King is tasty and delicious.
I agree.
Finally, something we agree on. I love the Whopper. F the Big Mac.
I like the chicken nuggets and the chicken fries and the fries and their milkshakes. So,
have you been to BK to try to get you to secure you a PS5, Devin?
No, I have not. But one of my favorite commercials from BK is the commercial. You ever see the commercial with the chickens? And the teen chicken, I guess she's a teen. She comes up to her, the mother and the father chicken says, "Mom, I'm pregnant and we're having chicken fries." They just start plucking and stuff. It is an amazing commercial.
That is horrifying.
That sounds like something that only exists in Florida.
But also, I love that after this like little teaser trailer came out from like PlayStation and Burger King, everyone kept making the same joke of, did we just hear the PlayStation 5 startup sound from Burger King when that same sound was in the June reveal? So
yeah, that's been around for quite some time.
Yeah, but also let me just put it out there. I said from the start this was probably a contest. I did
Yeah.
not think we would be getting the UI from Burger King.
I don't know
We
why
shouldn't.
anybody thought that it would be anything other than a contest. Why would Burger King reveal anything? Like it's just like,
Yeah.
come
It's so dumb. But also like it's 2020, so I guess I can kind of see why people are like, what else have we got to lose?
Yeah. I mean, that's also
But
based on Sony's silence and not having any
yeah.
information out. But I mean, come on. Why the hell would they partner with Burger King to reveal the AI or the
Yeah,
UI? Like it's
UI. But also
it's a
it
contest.
was perfect. It's perfectly in line with the whole Taco Bell contest to win an Xbox. So
Yep. So far, I've won a shake. That's about it.
again, that contest doesn't exist here either. But also, I don't like Taco Bell, so
I like Taco Bell. I have not won anything from there at all.
Taco Bell's good.
But I will be having lots of Whoppers, lots of chicken fries,
hey,
lots
you've
of
only got
original
till the
chicken
22nd.
sandwiches.
You've only got till the 22nd. You got 4 days. Isn't it?
Yeah, well, no, it's longer than that.
No, I'm pretty sure it's only till the 22nd.
No, I'm pretty sure it goes on longer than that. Let's see. When do you end? Yeah, through November 22nd.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
so much more time. You should play, Delvin, because you ain't got a PS5, bro. So you should
I
definitely.
mean, doesn't he have Nathan's?
I mean, does he?
Maybe.
Either way, go to BK, get some delicious eats, and
Why
a
would you
chance.
post that in the chat? I'm not gonna watch that.
Because it's fantastic.
I have no idea what shenanigans you guys are getting into.
He posted the Burger King chicken fries commercial, semicolon pregnant in the chat.
Hey, sometimes you have to share with the people
It
you
is
love.
delightful.
All right. All right. So big story. We kind of alluded to it. We have seen the UI.
Yes.
We finally got a reveal. And it was, for me, this is the way I like stuff. I like surprises. It was nice to wake up at 6 a.m. and see that there were 150 messages in the Discord chat because Sony posted a video about the UI. Like, I like that so much better than we're going to reveal something in 2 days. Like, I love waking up and having the surprises. I love it when stuff just gets dropped. Like, that is my preferred way of finding out stuff. I don't always want to have like a lead up or, hints dropped. Like I like it when it's just like, boom, here's something, because that's just so much more fun and exciting, and it gets the Discord popping. Literally 150 messages. I was like, good Lord, what just happened
there was
here?
more. I guarantee you there was more.
When I woke up and picked up my phone and saw the PlayStation, there was messages. I clicked on it, 150 messages. I was like, good God, what happened? And then that's when I saw that there was a reveal trailer. So that was nice. So we've seen it. And this is the question that we got from Mr. Eat the Hype himself, Mr. Donnie Reese. He says, I think it's safe to say that PlayStation's new UI is more ambitious than Xbox's, but I have some hesitation. How many of these features do you expect to use? Hints, auto-recorded chats, report system, game state loads, etc. Do you think these will be adopted by devs or widespread and gamers, or could we have more of a touchpad type thing that never seems to be fully realized or used? So, we've seen the UI.
Yep.
We've seen a lot of features. Well, I wouldn't say a lot, but we've seen some of the features, the way everything kind of ties into it. It really feels like an evolution of the PS4. It's still very cross-media bar, like when you're actually on the homepage, except it puts the bar at the very top, which I like so much better. And all your stuff kind of just fills in on the bottom when you go from, basically tab to tab or whatnot, slide to slide or whatnot. You have the games, you have the news section. Everything seems pretty seamless, and it doesn't seem obtrusive or like a bunch of crap here all over the place. Like, it's very, very simple. It's very, very similar to what we have now.
I also like that the store is no longer its own separate app. It's just built into the console now, and is presumably less laggy, because let me tell you, as someone who only uses the store on the console, because I don't feel like
a normal person.
I don't feel like going on the web store, considering I game share. So if I hit download on the web store, it doesn't download to my console. So there's no point in me using the web store. Regardless, I buy everything on the store on console and on the PS4. Man, does that store take forever to load?
Yeah, the store is not useful. I never ever use the store. I didn't use the store on the PS3. I didn't use it on the PS4 because I cannot stand it. It is god awful. So,
Yeah.
prayerfully, this makes the store usable on the system. For me, even when I game shared, it was still easier to just go and use the store on the web app, no problem, and then remote into my system and download it if I needed to. So, I'm just glad that's baked in. It should be usable because in its current iteration, it really isn't. It's awful. So yeah, we've got that, but I mean, to be perfectly honest, it really just feels like an evolution of our current UI, and it feels very seamless. It's very fast. Everything looks pretty sleek and polished, and again, it's not like beating you over the head with a bunch of stuff, which I like. I hope that you can also turn off like the ads and stuff, because I hate when I turn my PlayStation on and I've got this ad thing for buying games or this sale or whatnot. Like, I understand that. Just leave that in the news section. Don't give me a new tile for that crap that I gotta delete.
But again, they mentioned that the news section won't be on every system at launch. It's a test feature that will only be on some systems at launch. So
if I can opt out, I will opt out of that so fast. But I mean, yeah, we've seen like in the actual games themselves, they have the activities. You've got this little home bar at the bottom, which is very nice. It doesn't take you out of the game. You still have the game going in the background with the menu on the top instead of that side thing that they used to do.
People can't see me, but I have my arms in the air because we have trophy progress trackers now. Hell yeah.
Yes. You have the trophy progress trackers. You've got all the different activities that you can do for the games. You have different save states that you can load into. You have picture in picture if you want to watch a hint or a video on how to do stuff. You can watch your friends playing.
If you're a maniac.
Yeah, if you somehow can handle listening to or watching your friend play picture in picture and play the game at the same time, it's an option for you. You're a savage if you do that.
I will say though, because this reminds me of the snap feature from the Xbox One at launch, because a lot of people hated that feature, but I really loved it because if you were just goofing around trying to hunt achievements or whatnot, you could snap Netflix or a YouTube video on the side and just watch it and go nuts, right? Like if we could do that with the picture in picture, heck yeah. Am I going to watch someone stream a game while I'm playing a game?
No.
Unless it's a streamer that I really enjoy, who I probably am not friends with on the console system, because that's not generally how that happens. I'm talking about Ray Narvaez Jr., for example. Sure, I'd watch him on my computer, though, while I'm playing. But I don't want his picture of his stream in my top corner while I'm playing.
I don't want nobody's picture anywhere near my gameplay. Like, get that all the way out of here.
Or if I could throw Netflix up in there, heck yeah.
I would like that. Not necessarily Netflix, but like if you could what is it called? Like Google Hulu Live or something like that, so I can watch maybe a basketball game while I'm playing the game at the same time. Like picture in picture. I think that would be pretty cool.
That's so distracting to me. I couldn't do it.
That is not distracting at all.
It's just in the way.
Really.
Something might be happening in that corner where that thing is. Now I can't see it because it's hidden. All right.
You can also snap it to the side. It doesn't have to be picture in picture.
Yeah, it can be side by side.
So now I'm losing. So now my screen resolution is getting shrunk and weird. No, get the crap out of here. But no, it's cool for people who enjoy that. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I didn't want to see any of this.
You want to just plug it in and go?
I want to plug it in and experience it. It's something about plugging in a system, to me at least, and seeing all that stuff for the first time and getting that wonderment of like, oh, this is cool. And
I agree.
What does this do?
There's stuff you haven't seen, and they said that in the video. They said, this is what we have time to show you today. This is a first look. There's obviously more to the UI than they've let on, including what I believe was in the rundown, like of the backwards compatible thing. Like when you sign into PlayStation Network on the PS5, it will like go, hey, here's all the games in your library. Like they're in your library if you want to download them.
Yeah, I imagine it's just like the library that you have on the PS4. It'll populate all your stuff there as well.
Yeah.
I'm kind of with you, Delvin. I would have loved to have just plugged it in and just be like, okay, what's new? You know, I hope that they don't show anything else. Like, I would love it if they just left it at this. Like, you have an idea of what it looks like now. You know some of the features, and the rest of it you'll see when you plug it in. Like, I love that discovery.
I want more. I want more. Show it all to me. I want it all. And you know they're going to, because they said we'll share more with you as we get closer to launch.
I don't feel like we need to see it.
I know.
Like
I'm the same way. You get rid of like you take away the discovery aspect, and I hate that about
I just
this.
Want it all. Give
everybody
it all
wants
to
it
me.
now. Stuff. Stop all that. Like, you get it when you get it. Like, have some patience and enjoy the discovery of plugging in the system for the first time. Like, I missed that.
No patience, never.
This youthful generation now.
Yeah, man. I ain't got no patience.
There's something magical about.
Also, you can't call me youthful. I'm literally a millennial, so
you're still, compared to us, you're still the youths.
Yes.
Still the youths.
Something about just turning on a console and watching it boot up and figuring out certain cool things. But like, I remember when turning the PS1 and figuring out, hey, this thing plays CDs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, stuff like that kind of is fun to me.
Well,
going through the console, just seeing little weird things.
I can tell you what your PS5 plays. Nothing, because you don't have one.
I knew she was gonna say that. I knew that was fucking coming. You fucking awful person.
Terrible.
How dare you? I have been curse free the whole episode, and you come on here with the audacity to pull a Mike Fowler and shame me. Have you no shame, Haley?
Hi, I'm 25. No, I have no shame. Also, you can't shame me. I've dealt with way more. Well, I've dealt with way more shit recently than other people. So no, you can't shame me. But again, very excited for this stuff. In regards to Dottie's question, which we seem to have sidestepped around and not.
We'll get there. I mean,
but no, like, these features seem cool. I know we're gonna see more because they pretty much said so in the video.
I hope they just give you a rundown, like a list of features, instead of showing us anything. Like, here's some other things it does.
I want to see more of the create stuff, because all they did was just share a screenshot, which we've already had on the PS4. So I want to know what's different this time around. They did mention that video and screenshots can be captured at up to 4K, which is very nice. The whole UI being at the top of the screen looks very nice. I've already seen people complaining that it's too small, though. But I don't think it's small at all.
Right. You saw it small on the video that you probably didn't even watch in full screen. So, of course it's going to be smaller.
I do like that, like, all of the icons look cleaner. It's
very polished.
And also, like, all of the activity info coming up as you scroll over the icon and not having to go down to see the activity, to see the information related to that game is great. It was revealed through this video, I guess, that Destruction All-Stars has 27 trophies, which is such an odd number of trophies to have. But also, fun fact, that game is $70, and all we've seen is that video.
I think that game has the potential to be a very good sleeper hit. I think that game is going to be a lot better than people think.
I'm not paying $70 for it. I'm sure it'll be on PS Plus in a couple months. Yeah, I'm wondering if it'll probably be on PS Plus in a couple months. So,
I will say this: it is refreshing that we're going to get a UI that is 4K and not on that 1080 crap. That's what the other peasants are dealing with.
I knew this was coming.
Shots
I knew
fired.
he was going to throw something in Dottie's face.
1080. Ugh.
But
it's gross.
Also, to play devil's advocate with that, remember the Xbox units out in the wild right now are test units. It could very well be a 4K UI once the Series X lands in people's hands as the retail version.
It'll be a patch. It'll be a patch. I mean, I'm just happy that it's not a bunch of crap on my screen. Like,
I mean, I'm also glad that considering it's still pretty much the same XMB we've had since PS3, at least they've updated the icons. so that they reflect what everything is. I saw Donnie already mention in the Discord that he's like, well, I really hope it's not like, 50 icons that go off to the side. That's not how that works even now. There's a limit of how many icons you can have on your screen.
Yep.
Now
And
you
you
can
can
turn
limit
that
it
limit
even
off.
more. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I limit mine.
Yeah, and you can also turn that limit off. You can turn the limit off, but it warns you when you do that. It's to the detriment of the speed of your system if you turn that limit off.
Mm-hmm. It's like
But
icons on your desktop on a PC. The more you got to load, the slower everything is.
Yep, but also on the PS4, and I don't know if it'll be there on the PS4. Even with the limit thing, you can still use folders. I don't know if that'll be a feature on PS5 because they didn't bring that up here. But folders are great. I have mine grouped into folders on PS4, and it's very useful. I've got like one for online, one for linear, one for open world, and one for exclusives. So, but this new UI looks very clean. I already saw someone tweeting that if you think this UI looks clean, you don't know what that word means. And to that person, I say middle fingers up, a-hole.
Wow.
Shots fired.
Jeez. Yeah, for me it's just sleek. It's sleek, it's clean, it's simple, which is what I want from my UI. I don't like for me, this is exactly what I want. I don't like the Xbox UI where you literally have to tab between pages and there's just so much going on. Like I don't like that. I like this. It's very simplistic. I will throw everything in the folders. I'll have my AAA games and I'll have my not AAA games folder. They'll be alphabetized and that'll be it. It's very simple.
Yeah, let me just also preface with that comments. I don't have a problem with people criticizing the UI. Like people are more than welcome to criticize it. It's the tone with which this man claimed that the UI that people don't know what clean UI is. Donnie posted this tweet in the Discord, and that's how I know of this. He's a user interface designer, right? So he's familiar with this stuff, and sure, he probably has more experience than I do with creating UI. That's great. Donnie has more experience than I do with creating UI. Here's the thing, though. People have different opinions of what the word clean means. You don't get to be the end-all, be-all of, hey, this is a clean UI, and this isn't. And if you're saying this is a clean UI, you don't know what you're talking about. Because people have different opinions of what clean is.
You're not lying, because I've been to some women's houses, and that ain't clean.
I'm not showing you my bedroom for that exact reason.
That's so funny that you say that, Delvin. Anytime I would go, like in college, to like a girl's dorm or whatnot, it was always filthy, and I never understood. I'm like, aren't y'all supposed to be the cleaner ones? Like my dorm room with all my roommates was always clean. Women's were just like, oof.
I really need to clean my room, but executive dysfunction is a bastard.
I have a funny joke. I'm gonna save that joke for later. Either way, now I'm gonna say I've been to when I was in college, dated a couple of girls who lived in houses that I would not call necessarily clean. I'd probably call them dirty. I'd probably call them closer to crack houses than places that you should live at. They weren't crack houses, but they just lived so dirty. It was just insane.
Yeah.
To the point where one girl I dated, I literally walked in, I saw a roach run across the floor, and I immediately said, no. Either we clean this place or I'm leaving immediately.
We clean this place? No,
yeah, I'm a good guy. I am, contrary to popular belief, I am Danny Tanner when it comes to cleaning stuff. I am like, hold up, why is this house a mess?
Danny Tanner.
What are you doing?
Wow.
Okay, hold on. I thought you were gonna say Danny Tamborelli, and I was about to laugh.
No. He looks like a cokehead.
That dude always went for the secret slime. It was hilarious. And also, the last time anybody saw Danny Tamborelli was as Michael's kid in GTA 5.
Oh yeah, he was in GTA 5. I forgot.
Yeah, he was Michael's kid in GTA 5.
Wow. He's probably really rich now. He probably got paid off of that game.
That game, people still buy it.
That game is still. Hey, it's coming out on PS5. People are going to buy it again. Rockstar is just making hand over fist on that game.
It's ridiculous.
I like
So,
how UI looks, by the way.
yeah, I love it. I really like it. I like it. So Donnie says that it's more ambitious than Xbox's. I'm not sure what he means by that, to be perfectly honest. Do you guys feel like this is an ambitious UI, or I mean, maybe he means like the picture-in-picture stuff and like the tiles and stuff.
Probably.
Do you guys plan on using any of that?
Yes.
The picture-in-picture, if it worked with Netflix, like Haley said, stuff like, I'll probably use some of that.
I was just more or less referring to. I know the activities card would probably not function for Miles Morales or Spider-Man Remastered, because it's all one seamless level. There's like no levels to jump into. But I'm also thinking of picking up Sackboy, and for example, that would be a great use of the activities cards. But the activities cards aren't just for, hey, here's levels you can jump into. Trophies pop up in that activities card feed as progress. Like, hey, here's your progress on this trophy. The system auto tailors like that when they showed like, hey, you have 10 minutes estimated left to beat this level. That's based on that your playtime. So that's super helpful. Like, say I'm playing Miles Morales and I'm doing like a gang hideout. It could give me, hey, you have like maybe 10-15 minutes left in this thing. That's super useful to know, and it's based on how you play games, so it's tailored to you. The hints feature could be super helpful for hunting trophies. I the example they showed was pretty ridiculous, because even without that hint video, you could see the monk robes in that video. They were like in plain view in that video, but it was, I guess, just an easy way to like, hey, here's something simple, but like this stuff is there. The thing with those is, I don't know if every developer will be doing that, if the system auto tailors those, or if you can even tailor them yourself to grab YouTube videos in that way. That'd be very interesting. Obviously, I'll be using the trophy tracker because I hunt trophies. Again, the picture-in-picture, I doubt I would use it to watch a friend playing a game at the same time as me. But if I could put Netflix or YouTube or something up in there and do that at the same time while I'm hunting trophies, that'd be super useful. I'll be using the create feature because I don't have an Elgato or a PC that could really handle running an Elgato through it at this point, because this computer is very inconsistent with things. It can run Tomb Raider on ultra high, and it also says it can run Red Dead on ultra high, but I doubt that.
You could probably still stream from it without a problem. It's different. You would be able to stream. It'd be fine.
Regardless, I'll stream from my PS5 like I've been doing with my PS4 because it's easier and I have less worry about it. Regardless, I will probably end up using a lot of these features because, again, those activity cards aren't just like auto generated. You get to choose like what shows up down there. Like that's the point of them. It's all for you. And do I
Did
think
they
most
say
developers...
that? Did they say you get to choose which ones?
Yeah, Sid Schumann said, like, in the video, it was explained like, hey, this is like a custom tailored list. Like, you can put what you want in this activities bar. Now in Sackboy, it's probably less custom because that's a whole level based game. But like, for example, if I'm playing Spider-Man Remastered or even Miles Morales, the activities card for me could probably be all trophies. Like, hey, here's a trophy you need to work on, right? Like, you just show up that way.
I would think that the activity cards for something like Miles Morales, there'd be plenty of them because there's probably going to be so many collectibles and things to do that they'll have all of that there. Like, okay, you're in this section of town. These are the different things that are here in this area that you could do. And they could also add the save to like load states. Oh, hey, you want to do this? Let me go ahead and load you right into that real quick. So let me shoot you across town, and now you're in this hideout or whatnot. I think that stuff will be useful for speed runs. I think speed runners will be able to take advantage of a lot of these load states and things of that nature as well. I think the
I w-
hints feature will be useful for a lot of people. Personally, I probably
I,
won't use most of it.
I was just kind of like trying to get to the point of like, do I think most developers will use it? I don't know, because it depends on whether they're generated on a system level or done by developers, because that's not really explained in the video.
Yeah,
So
that's a tough call. I think that it'll be something that'll be baked into the games, and I think the developers will have tools to be able to say, "Hey, these are our pre-baked cards," and then maybe they throw in some ways for them to be more customized. Um,
yeah,
but I do think that pretty much every game will use this stuff in some facet. There'll be something that you'll be able to do, whether it's just like load states or being able to jump back in. Like for example, multiplayer. Like that could be part of
the
like
yeah
this right here. Like you can jump into your multiplayer without having to go back to like
the home screen.
the home
Yeah,
screen or whatnot. Being able to just bring up your the little menu at the bottom, jump right into multiplayer. I gotta wonder if this will also play into quick resume or anything like that. Like they didn't
yeah.
specifically say or anything about quick resume being able to jump into other games, but I'm wondering
The
if that'll
the
also
the
be an option.
the enter rest mode. Laura Kate Dale tweeted this. Um, the enter rest mode button says this will suspend your games, plural, in there. So I don't know if that's like that's a quick resume thing or
Yeah.
whatnot, but regardless, even if the system doesn't have quick resume, and even if it did, I'm just putting this out there. I've already mentioned it in the Discord. As someone with autism and ADHD, having more than one game running at the same time is a huge distraction for me. I would never be able to decide which to play. Now, having multiple games installed on my system, I can choose what to play, no problem. But having more than one of them running at the same time, I just lose focus and don't know what to work on. But for those who would want it, I'm not entirely sure whether this is a confirmation of that feature or not. Regardless, the amount of speed, because see, here's the thing. I kind of think there is a feature like this because when he went from uh, Sackboy into Destruction All Stars, it didn't ask him to close Sackboy like it does when you do that on the
Mm-hmm.
PS4.
Yeah.
Um, regardless, it still only took him like 9 or 10 seconds to load into Destruction All Stars. Like
Yeah, and that was
that's
a cold
pretty
boot
quick.
too. Yeah. It
Yeah,
was fast, and I mean, there are people like, oh, he had to fast forward through all the stuff, but it was an online game, and he had to get through all the menus. But yeah, like
yeah,
the game booted up really quickly. So
yeah.
I imagine there will be some kind of quick resume. It may not be as many games as Xbox, but I believe you'll be able to swap between games.
Yeah. Delvin's been sitting there like he has no idea what to say.
No, I know what to say. I was gonna say my take is just more in general. Like one of the reasons why I play my PlayStation 4 so much is because I simply like the UI better than the Xbox One UI. I hate the Xbox One UI.
Same.
Every time I go in there, it feels like a chore to find games, to find the store to buy games. And
Yeah.
while the PS4 store seems a little not store itself, but the PS4 UI seems a little cumbersome at times, it feels better and easier to navigate than the Xbox One store. So
Yeah.
this UI kind of feels like an advancement of that. So I'm completely fine with everything they're doing, and I'm excited to go further into it and see how far they go with it. I like it. I like how it looks. It looks pretty. It looks beautiful. It looks smooth. It looks like they've kind of had the same type of UI since PS3. I
Yep.
want to say.
Yep.
It's
And
basically
this
just
just
an
feels like
evolution of the
evolution.
cross media bar. Yeah. It's just
Yeah,
the evolution of
which
it.
I'm fine with. And I know people will say it looks smaller, like the symbols look small. It doesn't look small. I mean, it looks more organized and neat. It looks
Again,
crispy.
like Dev and I said, they were probably watching it on a video that they weren't watching full screen, and also when that video came out, it was majorly compressed.
Yeah. Well,
like
it was
I
a
like it.
4K video, so you could actually.
well, yes, if you
Okay.
have access to a 4K screen to watch it on, which I
I
first
also
watched it
think
in a 4K screen, but
with accessibility, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to change the sizes of icons and
Yeah.
fonts and stuff like that. I'm sure
Yeah.
that won't be an issue
you
because
can do that
accessibility
now.
has been huge. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you can do
Yeah.
that now. But
So I don't think
people
that'll be
are,
a problem.
Yeah, Laura Kate Dale, to bring her up again, has a series on YouTube called Accessibility, and her biggest concerns for PS5 accessibility aren't even about like the system itself. It's about the haptic feedback and triggers locking you out on the DualSense, and whether that can be turned off at a system level. Because for people who have problems with their hands, it could lock them out from playing games. So
Good point. Didn't even think about that.
Yeah. I don't know if I wouldn't say the UI is super ambitious, I guess, but I think that it's nice. It's good. It makes sense for PlayStation. I do think that a lot of the stuff will be utilized by devs across the board because it gives more accessibility to their games. And I think that we'll see a good deal of devs use a lot of the features. Just to be able to get people to play their games, be able to get people in their games quicker, be able to get people to do more things in their games. I think having the trophies finally being able to track where you're at will, probably entice more people to actually get trophies because if you can see the end of a goal, it makes it that much more attainable or more realistic to attain instead of it
yeah,
just being a nebulous thing like I don't know how far I am and this how many of these I have collected to be able to get this trophy. So I think being able to see that progress on those will be good, and then also being able to have the hints and have the hints baked in right there in case you really want to get this trophy but you're not sure what to do. To be able to just
yeah.
bring up a video like just right into the system I think is huge. I think that'll be a very big help for a lot of people. So no, I don't think this will be like the touchpad where, you know, we only use it in a handful of games to any degree other than bringing up a map. I
Yeah,
don't think it'll be that kind of situation. I think we definitely will see a lot more use of a lot of the features the PlayStation has offered.
I will say it was rather frustrating playing Ghost of Tsushima and having the touchpad not open the map.
Huh?
Puts you in the gray and white mode.
It does.
Yes, it's very
It's the
frustrating to hit
listen
the
mode.
touchpad.
I
Yeah,
don't think it bothered me.
it didn't really
Coming
bother
from
me. It
Last
was
of
just
Us,
it's just so frustrating having come from most games using it as the map button, and then you're so used to that, so you keep doing it. It keeps putting you in listen mode.
I
Hey,
remember. I think I got used to it real quick because I loved being able to put my sword away. So I would always, after I murdered things,
Yeah, you would have
swipe
to
right.
swipe on the touchpad to put it. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that
fair.
was
I also
great.
liked the way Days Gone used the touchpad as well, where whichever way you swiped the touchpad brought up a different menu, which was very nice as well. Um, eh, the fact that the touchpad is sort of bigger now, but it's pure white, I will say, makes me hope they bring out a controller that is a different color very quick.
Yeah, I imagine we'll see colors very soon. Just waiting for the red one. That's all I want.
think very quick. What would very quick be defined as to you, Haley? Like
What?
we're talking like 3 months, 6 months
What? Like,
for a new controller. Different color
oh,
controller.
I'm assuming we'll have new controller colors by January.
Huh? I would
At
have
least
thought that.
announced. At least announced. I don't know if they'll be on
Uh,
store shelves by then, but I'm sure they'll announce different colors by
How
January.
fast did we get new colors for the PS4?
I can find out for you one sec.
it
Because I
felt like a
remember,
while.
I feel like it didn't take that long, but I took a while to get one because I didn't want a two-tone controller. I was like, I don't want a red controller that has black on the back. I just want it all to be the same color. So that's why it took me so long to get an all red controller because it took a while for them to release an all red one, and then I got the red crystal one. But I feel like there was the blue and black one and the red and black one pretty close to launch, but I could be totally wrong about that. It was also what feels like a million years ago now.
Interesting.
But I gotta imagine that
Um,
they'll have new colors pretty soon, if not at launch. I mean, I don't understand why you wouldn't, unless it's just a manufacturing issue. But we see that places already have controllers, so
yeah. From what it looks like, I think the first color variations came out in March.
dang, it took that long.
I'm not seeing like concrete date information by looking it up on Google, because when I type in DualShock 4 release dates, all it's just giving me is a list of controllers you can buy now, but not their release dates, which is exactly the opposite of what I Googled for. So
Yeah.
Huh.
Who knows? But yeah, I imagine we'll see some pretty soon.
I mean, people keep showing black ones in the wild, but I think those ones are just dev controllers.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I can't imagine them not having a black controller. Like that just seems so anti-PlayStation. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Either way, we've seen the UI. I'm excited. I don't need to really see more. We have less than a month for the system to come out. Just put it in my hands. Just give me a console already.
I
I'm
want
ready
to
for
see
it.
more, and I know we're gonna see more, so I'm excited.
I hope that they just release blog posts of words and a few pictures.
Yeah.
No more videos. Just
No, they'll give
this
videos,
is the
and
create
you know
function,
they will.
and this is what it has. This is this feature, and this is what it does. Just a blog post.
You know they're not gonna do that.
Say discover it when you get the system, or
Yeah.
watch your favorite YouTuber when they get it in their hands and make a video on it.
You know they're not going to do that because, as you said earlier in this podcast, people don't read.
Stupid people. Y'all gotta read. Just read. It's great. No more videos. Let's go back to the days of yore where you waited every month for an EGM or Game Pro.
No.
Those were the good old days. I loved it.
No,
So much more excitement and fanfare. You saw the cover and you were like, "Oh shit!" And then you go through and you see the previews and the reviews, and it's just like it was just different. It was just so much more. I feel like
I like
excitement.
videos. They're super helpful for people who can't focus because they have executive disorders like ADHD and autism. So no, let's not go back to a time where I couldn't really follow games coverage. So
I just missed the written word. Nice.
I like reading.
You can still get the written. You can still get
It's
the written.
not
word.
as I want
Not
the
the Bible.
magazines. I want.
I mean, I get a copy of Game Informer sent to my email every month. So
I don't like Game Informer that much.
I like Game Informer. I need to change that on my GameStop. My GameStop keeps giving me the digital version. I don't want that crap.
Yeah,
that's all
I
I
need the
get.
physical
That's
book.
all I get too. Is it just shows up in my email, and
I want the book.
I want the
you're
physical.
You're not gonna get the book because
you can change it to
still,
print.
You can still change it to print. Here's the issue though: people who have changed it to print have reported starting to only get the digital copies. So I think they're kind of phasing the actual
Rob just posted in chat the other day that he changed his to physical to start getting the physical copies. And I mean, if you go into a GameStop, and you sign up, don't they give you the physical copy right then and there?
Nope.
They stopped that?
At least here they did. They don't give you a physical copy anymore.
It's always been that way here.
Hey,
you probably could go up there and ask them for one. They'll give it to you.
No, they would never give it to you unless you actually signed up. Like, can I buy this? Like, no, you got to sign. I'm like, mother, I just want this one issue.
If you're signed up for it already, you say, "Hey, I didn't get my physical book." They'll give you one. It doesn't be before that.
Maybe your GameStop. But we've never had the physical copies on display here at the store.
Oh, Canada, get your lives together.
What used to be on display before Brady Games went out of business was game guides for whatever game was releasing that month.
That's so weird. Anytime I've ever gone into a GameStop, they usually have 5 or 6 of the newest issue just on the counter. So I can't even imagine there not being a Game Informer on the counter. That's just weird.
But again, remember, to operate in Canada, even if it's an American company, it has to be operated as a different company, like a Canadian branch. So it's EB Games here and not GameStop. They're still connected because obviously they are, but things operate differently here.
Yeah.
Oh, Canada.
And again, they clearly operate in different ways across provincial lines because Sean was able to pre-order his systems with gift cards, but we can't do that here in Ontario.
Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I don't understand because again, I had to tell 4 people on Tuesday night when I was at work, hey, you cannot buy a phone card or a gift card with your Visa card. I need you to use debit or cash. You cannot pay for it with a credit card because you cannot put credit on credit.
I won't be going to Ontario. Sounds like a terrible place. Where does Sean
Or
live?
maybe they just do this all to Haley. Maybe it's just one big
Conspiracy theory.
conspiracy that they just do things to mess with Haley. Maybe Haley doesn't know that she's in the Truman Show. And her life is really just being recorded by everyone else.
What the hell's that?
Oh my gosh! Really?
You haven't seen the Truman Show? Wow.
Oh
Seriously, what the hell is that?
Look it up.
The Truman Show.
Look it up.
No, dumbass. Of course I know what the Truman Show is. I just want to see if you'd fall for that.
I don't believe you.
I don't believe you.
I've never. I will be honest with you. I've never watched it, but I know what it is.
It's a good movie. You should watch it.
You might be living it. We don't know yet.
No.
Yeah,
absolutely
you might be
not.
Or that other show, I think it's called Joe Schmo. You might be on the Joe Schmo show.
No.
Well, on that note, that's going to do it for episode, I believe this is 56 of the PlayStation Experience. I hope you enjoyed yourself and all of our tangents and the boys talk and just the shenanigans that is the PlayStation Experience. If you enjoyed this, please follow us over on PlayStation XP on the Twitters. Stop by the blog at psvg.blog or join us on our Discord and all of our lovely conversations over there at psvg.blog/discord. Last but not least, we'd like to invite you to be a part of our Patreon over at patreon.com/psvg. If you enjoy what we do here, there is more to be had for only $3 a month. We have shows like Strong Style, which I saw you guys actually had a live recording. I was shocked to see that.
I was too. Just gotta happen.
And we also just had a our interview series, as we call it, with Rebecca over from the Nintendo Shack. Her episode actually went live. Yeah, 2 hours of Donnie and Rebecca.
There's also there's also Decade of Horror.
The Decade of Horror. Yes, that is right. You get that early for our patrons. So only $3 a month gets you all of that wonderful content. And with that, I'd like to thank our producers, Edwin Callow, Barry Cathcart, Josh the Bonesaw Barbone, Chris McElfish, myself, Kyle Hammond, Paul Calico, Michael Masick, Zach the Eggshade Bradshaw, Nick Fallharbor, Rob Emanuel, Rude Days 93, Ben Moxham, and Grouchy Search. Thank you guys for your patronage, because without you, there is no us. And with that, let the people know where they can find you, Haley.
You can find me over on Twitter at Shepard Zarel. Apparently getting into Twitter beef with people who think they're the arbiter of how people play games. There's a story behind that. Stuff. No. There's a story behind that. Last night I was on Twitter and Zachary Ryan, who's an editor over at IGN, posted, not even tagging anyone, just posted on his Twitter that he was playing games on easy mode because he doesn't really have time to get through them the regular way. And he got quote tweeted by someone named Broken Gamer or whatnot. And they were like, wow, playing games on easy sounds like a job and not playing them for fun. Playing them on hard is what is part of the challenge and what makes games fun. And Zachary Ryan replied to him, was like, hey, I'm having fun. And then that someone replied to him was like, well, I guess you should quit games then, because that's not how you're playing games. You're playing games the wrong way. And so I got involved. And was like, and here's a thought, just let people play games the way they want to. And I got told no. And then when I called that Broken Gamer guy not the arbiter of how to play games, he changed his Twitter display name to Arbiter of How to Play Games, and then decided to continue to be an a-hole. So there's that.
Oh, the keyboard warriors.
So again,
thumb thugging on the internet.
Again, you can follow me at Shepard Zarel, or you can find me on your game platform of choice at Haley Zarel, and on twitch.tv/Haley Zarel. I have been all over the place lately with sleep, so I haven't had time to stream. We will get back to it. Don't worry.
What about you, Man of a Million Podcast? Where can the lovely people of the internet find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Delvin_Cox. There, where I will have a 4K UI on my Twitter page.
And the
Nice
hits
and
just
crisp.
keep on coming. Lord have mercy. You can find me at Dat Ninja Dev wherever you decide to find me, because that's my name pretty much everywhere. Maybe when the PS5 comes, I'll change my PSN name from Dat Ninja Dev 2 to Dat Ninja Dev. Drop the 2. Who knows? We'll see. And with that, long live play.